are, well.
But it was all just a setup.
I just didn't know what the heck was going on. And just what my life was about to be.
Natasha learned that her captor, who went by the street name Spider, planned on selling her for sex. And she wasn't the only one.
He grouped us by how much he could get off of us. So he had a platinum collection, which would be the best. All the platinum girls were kept in the home with him.
And Natasha learned the hard way there was no escape.
Did you want to leave me?
He takes me to this deserted area.
Lucky too valuable to kill.
And just beats me till I don't even remember.
Get the hell up.
Hello? Hey, Mom.
I was able to contact my family and let them know that I was okay.
Tell her LA.
He would tell me what to say.
We're down in LA.
So I never worried because I would always hear her voice, and it was always reassuring that everything was fine.
You know where your parents live? Time your brother over there goes to school and comes home. So cross it. Try to get out. Don't hesitate to kill your brother, your mother, or your father. I own you.
The fear was constant. It was a constant, please don't hurt my family. I will do whatever you want.
Fearing Spider would kill her whole family, Natasha saw no end in sight. Soon she was trafficked all across the country.
You find an acceptance that this is the rest of your life and that you're going to die doing this.
It wasn't until police say Spider brutally beat another girl in New York named Karen that Natasha summoned the courage to change her fate.
That was the worst beating I've ever seen him give out. Seeing what he did to Karen and how helpless she was allowed for me to have to see a bigger picture other than myself.
And within days, Natasha made a bold move.
You know that guy, the one you told me about in Soho? Yeah. He ever slip you his number?
She was like a house client who wants to help us.
We're at the Hotel Pennsylvania in Midtown.
Hours later, NYPD detectives rescued Natasha and Karen. But Spider fled before cops could take him down. Nearly a year after she was kidnapped, Natasha was finally free.
When she came home, it was just really hard because we had been so affected and she had been so damaged that we weren't even sure where to even go from there.
And initially, neither did Natasha. Her road to recovery was filled with many dark days until she finally found a way to get her life back on track.
I started speaking at law enforcement conferences on how to educate and inform people on how to deal with victims of human trafficking and also what to look for. And while doing so, as I was healing myself, I was able to help others heal. I knew that America's Most Wanted would allow me to tell my story through my eyes, through the victim's eyes, and it would be the truth, and they would get it out there.
That's why we made sure she was on set when we filmed our recreation of her story. We also made sure the police did their part.
If it wasn't for America's Most Wanted calling and being like, who has this case? Is there a warrant? That's when the NYPD really started to get back on it.
We helped detectives uncover Spider's real name, James Joseph Jr. And Natasha confirmed the ID to police from a photo lineup.
You took the power back, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I did.
We brought Natasha to our studio the week the show aired. This courageous woman was ready to get down to business.
If a girl just wants to call in to talk, I'm here to listen. If somebody wants to give a tip, I'm here to take it.
Because you're going to be working the hotline tonight.
Yes, I am.
Mark, the marshals have picked up this case. It started out as an NYPD case, and now you're very, very close to this creep after 9 years.
Exactly. Once AMW got involved with the case, they energized it. They got us involved with NYPD. We reached out to our regional task forces. We developed some good information. We're very close in finding this guy.
We had no idea just how close until right before our broadcast, when U.S. Marshals in Los Angeles began working a hot lead.
Oh, here's a picture of our guy. The guy's name is James Joseph. We got a tip in. saying that the guy was living out here in LA under this name. They don't know his employment, but they said he works at a house. The address right there on the DL is actually the address of his house. It's right down the street, it's about a half a mile.
I guess you're a little.
It's gonna be a white house, there's like a black wrought iron gate, and there's 2 entrances on both sides.
I'm sure he knows that he has a warrant in New York, but I don't think he knows anybody's out here looking for him. So if we get him here this morning, I think it'll be a pretty big shot for him. And it looks like the house is gonna be right here, this white one.
Which house with the gate?
Yeah, the gate right there.
Nice house.
Yeah, it's weird. And now it's just kind of a waiting game.
Deputies staked out the house with no concrete proof that Joseph was even inside.
Yeah.
But their patience finally paid off.
All right, let's take him when he comes out.
When Joseph stepped out the door, they swooped in.
This is twisted.
We'll explain. We'll explain everything to you in a second. So you don't know anything about having no warrants or anything?
No, I don't have any.
Okay.
With Joseph in cuffs, we were able to ask him the questions Natasha had wanted answered for nearly a decade.
How do you feel, first of all, about being profiled on America's Most Wanted?
That's the craziest thing in the world. It's like, how am I even on America's Most Wanted?
You have brutalized these women. There's
Never
throwing these
happened.
accusations around that you
It never happened.
tortured them, raped them, forced them into prostitution.
This never happened.
On any message to Natasha, to Karen?
It never happened. It's like, what you're saying, these accusations never happened. And that's all I gotta say.
While Joseph was transported to jail, Natasha was preparing for another interview in our office. That gave me the wonderful opportunity to personally deliver the news she'd waited far too long to hear.
9 years you've been waiting. They just took him down in California. The marshals grabbed him. He's in custody. He was surprised. He had no idea why, where. They got him in cuffs. Right now. Because of you. Because of you. You never gave up for 9 years.
Sorry.
You never gave up. You're a role model for lots of young women that are going to see this and they're going to be encouraged to get out of that life and speak up and make these cowards pay.
And that's exactly what Natasha wanted to do when she visited our hotline the night her story aired.
I say that there could be girls calling in that are in need right away, and that would probably be the best thing is to let me speak to them. I know that they're scared, so please just listen for those cries for help. Hello, this is Natasha. I can't understand you, sweetie. Just take a deep breath, okay?
There are so many more victims out there than I think this world even knows.
Have you ever thought of going to the police?
It's definitely sad because I just want to reach out and I want to help them all.
No, it's alright. It's alright. Go ahead and tell me what's going on.
It's such a harsh reality.
Are you like 14?
It just goes to show you that there needs to be something for these girls to give them hope to know that there's some place to go.
You got through this and you will. And every day is a new day.
At one point, my idea of justice was finding my own closure and just moving on with my life. And knowing that I would die, never knowing what happened to him. But the justice that I have now is real justice.